with the man accused of crashing into a crowd outside a bar in Ybor City. It happened last weekend, and he was back in court today. 22-year-old Silas Sampson is accused of killing 4 people and hurting more than a dozen in the crash right outside of Bradley's on 7th Avenue.
Yeah, this morning he had a pretrial detention hearing, and Fox 13's Kylie Jones is covering it for us. Joins us in the newsroom to explain. So hi there, Kylie. So what exactly happened in court with this pretrial hearing?
Mark, ultimate message, Silas Sampson is still being held without bond on some of the most serious charges. But his attorney did ask the judge for bond on some of those other charges today. The 22-year-old is facing about a dozen charges.
All right, we're here this morning in the state of Florida versus Silas Kenneth Sampson.
The 22-year-old is facing a long list of charges. Silas Sampson was back in court Thursday morning as the state asked the judge to hold him without bond. The defense waived the right to argue that for some of the charges.
As to the fleeing to elude charges, I think there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those we would ask that the court consider bond.
Sampson is accused of plowing his car into a crowd outside Bradley's on 7th Avenue in Ybor, killing 4 people and hurting more than a dozen. Tampa police say around 12:30 Saturday morning, Sampson was spotted racing near Hannah Avenue and Nebraska Avenue. TPD's air unit tracked his car as it headed to downtown Tampa, as Florida Highway Patrol unsuccessfully tried to stop him. FHP says it stopped the pursuit because of heavy pedestrian traffic, as Sampson kept driving onto 7th Avenue. A few blocks later, TPD says surveillance cameras captured Sampson's car fly into a crowd outside Bradley's near 7th Avenue and 15th Street. On Thursday, the state prosecutor said Sampson had been cited for speeding over 90 miles an hour about 2 months before this crash.
Given the fact that he is alleged to have been doing in excess of 90 miles an hour, in this case, down 7th Avenue. So he's again driving somewhere in the neighborhood of 90 miles or higher twice this year already.
The state asked the judge for $100,000 bonds on each of multiple charges for reckless driving with serious bodily injury and fleeing to elude at a high speed with serious bodily injury or death.
And given that he's going to be held without bond on the other charges, a number of bond that high seems a bit along the lines of excessive.
The defense also noted Sampson's family sitting behind him in the courtroom. He said Sampson had 1 prior misdemeanor charge out of Pasco County, but no felony record. The judge sided with the state, giving Sampson $100,000 bonds on each of 6 charges.
Now, Florida Highway Patrol says there could still be more charges added to the list. Sampson, though, is still being held at no bond on 4 counts of vehicular homicide. So, Mark, he will stay in jail.
All right, Kylie Jones watching it for us. Kylie, thanks much.